voice.
Oh,
Okay, so now we've got Lynn Leslie from Pātaka or Rākaihautū, Banks Peninsula Community Board. Just you.
just me. Morena, iti
Morena.
whānau. It's a bit wild weather out there today. I'm glad I wore my waterproof boots in.
Yeah.
It's a bit wet. And we've had the road out to Little River, Banks Peninsula Highway, closed once already this season, so I have no idea what the rest of the year is going to be like. But
Is that from the flooding?
yes, yeah. Was it last week? 10 days ago, I think. Yeah, the highway got closed. But anyway, today it's fine. Once again, morena everybody, council members and fellow community advocates. The annual plan submission for Te Pātaka o Rākaihautū Banks Peninsula this year is clear in its intent. It listens to concerns, harnesses proactive and productive ideas, and protects the vulnerable. First, let me speak to the importance of our information centres. The first two, Littleton and Little River, have been serving as vital connections for locals and visitors alike. Recently, you've heard that the trial in the Akaroa Information Centre has been overwhelmingly positive. They have all proven themselves invaluable to our community. We are requesting that the council allocates $100,000 funding to ensure sustainable support for these three centres. It's more than just answering questions. It's about manaakitanga, hospitality, connection, and doing the right thing by our visitors and locals alike. Turning to our destination management plan, created through extensive consultation and endorsed in 2023, we are proud of the direction it sets for the future of Banks Peninsula. However, we are concerned about the lack of implementation progress and the future collaboration with Christchurch NZ. With regular progress updates to both the board and the community, we can remain informed and engaged in the plan's progress. The plan has a huge amount of buy-in from locals, which is fantastic, because it was created by the locals and stakeholders. It just makes sense that its success relies on implementation with the same collective vision. We need to harness this productive opportunity now. Climate resilience remains a critical issue, as we are very vulnerable on the peninsula. The Climate Resilience Fund is a welcome initiative, but we must prioritise enhancing community resilience. One way to do this is by securing our marine structures. These structures are extremely important, and they are potentially crucial lifelines during an emergency and a way to access the outside world in case the roads are compromised, which can be highly likely. Let's commit to planning and funding their renewal as part of the 26-27 annual plan. Our historic community halls, such as Kokorarata Port Levy and Wakaroa Port Pigeon Bay, also deserve our attention. These are more than just meeting places. They are heartbeats of our remote communities, serving as gathering places and resilience hubs. We are requesting commitment to their strengthening and upgrading these vulnerable buildings, looking ahead to the long-term plan 2737, ensuring they continue to serve the future generations. We want to express our continued support for the hard-working and productive reserve committees, the Head-to-Head Walkway Working Party and the Coronation Library refurbishment. The groups and people who are moving their much-needed projects forward are making great things happen, and we want to continue supporting that. The board also wants to acknowledge the outstanding contributions of the Air Force Museum. However, we emphasise that we support Te Uaka, the Littleton Museum, instead. Since the Canterbury earthquakes, the museum, which showcases the rich history of the area, including maritime heritage, has been struggling to rebuild. Its collection of over 20,000 items remain in storage, awaiting a permanent home to be displayed to the public once again. Also, I'd just quickly like to add that we request a review of the opening hours in the Akaroa Service Centre. Understanding the need and when the need is appropriate is very important for a lot of our services. Currently, some residents are struggling to access services due to limited hours. A review would ensure that this essential service is truly meeting the needs of our community. And I just really appreciate the time and the opportunity to speak here today. I understand that the whole world doesn't work like this, and I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you all on behalf of the community. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming all the way in. Do we have any questions for Lynn this morning? Tyrone?
Kia ora, thank you, Lynn, for that Excellent submission. So thematically, it feels to me like there's a lot of interconnected things about a sort of like destination Banks Peninsula. I mean,
Yeah.
we know, the potential there in terms of as a food and wine destination, as a heritage destination, obviously the outstanding geography and scenery, dark skies potentially has been talked about, and lots of other things. So what's the kind of the value of the destination there for a very small,
Sure. Yeah.
bit of funding from council?
I used to work at the Visit Information Centre here in Christchurch. I think it was about 8 years. And I know firsthand that when people come to an area, they don't just come to a city. It's also sold on the add-ons. It's sold on what can we do that's close by, that's unique, that is, Kiwi, that is got everything in one place. And I think Banks Peninsula just sums that up. It's so close, yet it feels a world away. And there's so much to do. Walking tracks are really, really in vogue right now, really popular. Everybody's asking about them at the information centres. So invaluable.
Those penguins, all of that,
Everything. You could go on. Yeah. I think everybody knows here that how great it is. And if you don't, come and see. But it's an add-on. It's a valuable add-on. Yeah.
I have actually just not a follow-up, but a different question. So just on your submission, Lynn, Coronation Library in Little River. Mm-hmm. So can you tell us about that, and where are we at with that?
Yes.
What do we need?
Good. We're waiting for a confirmation that it's moving ahead. I think that there is some commercial sensitivity around that at the moment, but it's been a long wait. The community is just waiting to hear about next steps.
Okay, thank you.
Celeste?
I just had a question around the visitor centre. Has there been any investigation into additional funding opportunities? I understand that some eyesights and things have gotten funding, and some of them are actually private as well. So whether there could be a bit of a partnership approach with some other funders.
Sure, that's something we could look into. Yeah, I just think it's a great opportunity with Christchurch NZ being there. They also have volunteers that they coordinate as well, we could just work together and it would be quite seamless. So, I mean, we could look at lots of
And might be the visitor levy might be an opportunity in terms of funding. Thank you.
Okay, that's it. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Right, so now we have